Hi, how are you guys doing today? Welcome. If you haven't figured out, we're going to do a little rabbit action today. So, welcome to the final day of the week, Thursday. We are going to be doing some really fun stuff. Say hi when you log in, that'd be great. Hello! Happy Easter to you, Jenny. Layla is in the house. Layla, how are you doing, girl? Happy Easter weekend. We got a few things planned today. So if you have any paper, scissors, if you have paper plates, that would be fun. I'm going to be working. We're going to do two projects today. One of which we'll be making a rabbit. If you have a stapler, would be cool. And then we're going to do a drawing on. We're going to do a drawing of a rabbit itself as a hare. This is an example right here of what we're going to be doing. Early 16th century artist, an engraver by the name of Albrecht Dürer. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're doing better than I am with this rabbit outfit. It's funny, so on this I have, when my daughter was born, I bought her this Texas Longhorn cow or horns, and so I've gotten. Hello, how are you doing, Irma? I got some paper plates and that I cut in half and then stapled, and I've turned my Longhorn horns into some rabbit ears, and then. Hello, Nam. How are you doing? Excellent. I'm glad you could make it. I got a nice little Pia. Hello. I got a nice little piece of paper that I've done the bunny nose. The bunny nose is just the letter, capital letter Y, and then underneath that I have some buck rabbit teeth there, and then I have some pipe cleaners that I have. You look wow, just wow. Well, thank you very much. Gabriel, happy Thursday to you. Happy Easter weekend to everybody. So what I've decided to do is I've decided to do a few projects today. One is going to be more of, I would say, a lower school. You got 6 chicks today. Awesome. 6 chicks as in they were born today, hatched today. Fantastic. Good stuff for Easter. I'm going to do some Easter, make a rabbit out of 2 paper plates. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to do a drawing of a rabbit as well. So, or maybe you want to do some chicks, your choice. Keep in mind, I would like everybody to upload your stuff to Artsonia. We are not having any class tomorrow. This is the final day. Tomorrow is what is a holiday called Good Friday. And then we have Easter Sunday on. So no school tomorrow. I might be going to the lake. I'm not 100% sure. No school tomorrow, but we will keep up on Monday. I'll pick it back up on Monday. So first and foremost, if you are done with an art project, what I want you to do is upload it to Artsonia. The project, I've combined all the projects into one. Combine them all into one piece there. So it's the 000. Hey kids, turn your art into here. So Good Friday, yes. Tomorrow is Good Friday, and so either do that in Artsonia or take a picture of it on Seesaw and then send it to me, or you can just have your parents email me at cparker@keystoneschool.org. That way I get to see all your wonderful artwork. It's my understanding there's some kids that are doing this at home, and I'm hoping that they're doing it at home. and you're doing some fantastic work, but I'm not seeing any artwork. So if you could do me a favor and just let me know that you are watching the videos, that would be fantastic. Great. Thank you very much. We're going to get started today on first and foremost with the paper plates. I have a paper plate that I got from HEB yesterday. And then I have another paper plate right here. This paper plate is going to be the ears. So if you see this ridiculousness thing on my head, oh, there you go. I've lost my whiskers. They're shoved in my nose. Yeah, yes. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just take this off now. Woo. It's a little sweaty. It's a little hot. I'm going to get some water. Hey, you know what's crazy? So just a little while ago, I was getting all this stuff ready in my backyard. And my dogs are back here, right? And then they just start going nuts. And then there's this possum. It's like, I don't know, this big, is going across the top of the fence there. And my dogs are barking, and they're all just, oh, hey, Dara, what's up? My dogs are barking. And so, yeah, this is how I put this in my nose here. There you go. These are the whiskers. Don't think for a second that I'm not committed. Get some whisker. Just in case you have some pink pipe cleaners, I've got a few hundred. You can do lots of different things. But all right, so today what we're going to do is I'm going to cut this in half, this paper plate. Cut this in half. We got a nice little piece here. I've got my stapler out. You can make an angel if you wanted to. Now, I'm not sure. I can just hear Layla. So here we got a nice little piece right here. I can just hear Layla right now. Oh, you know what? I like it when the ears kind of fold down and are a little floppy. You can do that. You can flop that over. Now it's a little wide for a floppy ear. You might want to, if you're going to do the floppy ear, I would suggest maybe cutting it. There you go. In fact, this is a very, very wide ear. I might even cut this one out too. Now this one right here, I would say this project for this part, I would say is a little bit geared towards kindergarten. If you wanted to, you could do some eyes. I'm going to make those pupils a little bit bigger. I'm going to do a nose. The nose I had is a capital letter Y. And then I've got some buck teeth underneath there. One of the things I'm missing is those pipe cleaners for the nose, the whiskers, I should say. If you have pipe cleaners, you could even staple them on. And the inner portion of the ear is missing. Now, if you were in Miss Carpenter's class or Miss Lavelle's class, you might have done something very similar to this. Here you go. It doesn't get much more festive than that. And you could actually turn this into a mask and wear that. There you go, right here like this. I think that this works well. What do you say? Yeah, does that fit nicely? I think it does. So that's our first project. And as Pia said yesterday, Mr. Parker, you're going so fast. I was weaving fast yesterday, bob and weave, doing the old bob and weave. But you know, you can always watch this again and review that. And, if you have any questions, you can always ask me. So I'm gonna just put my laptop. I'm gonna raise it up a little bit. So just give me 1 second. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna be focusing on a 16th century artist by the name of Albrecht Dürer, D-U-R-E-R. And he liked to do some engraving, but I doubt seriously that a lot of you have some square styrofoam pieces or rectangular styrofoam pieces. But so I have one of my boards here. Let's go right here. I'm sitting down, so away from my easel, so I'm not leaning over and not killing my back like I have been for the last couple of weeks. But I'm going to start out with the blue. I would normally start out with a yellow marker, just because it's easier to cover up, but the blue will stand out a little bit. So if you think of how we drew some animals in the past, and we started out with circles and then connected those circles, I'm going to start out with the hips of this rabbit. The rabbit that we're going to draw, that he's best known for, is this one right here. And you can see in the back that you have some of the back legs. You can't really see the back leg feet all that much, but we're going to be working our way from back to forward, back to forward. So I have this I have this blue oval, and then this is going to be on the right side of the rabbit. And I'm going to do this in purple. This is the left side, the right side and the left side. On top of that, I'm going to draw an extended oval. This is the body, the torso, if you will. We have the head that's up here, and then we have some ears. Now the ears kind of remind me a little bit of feathers. And from that we have the front paws, and they are very, very close. Right about here, this is this leg that pops through. Okay, this is the feet. This is the foot of this particular leg. You would not see the rest of it because the hair, hair is another name for rabbit hair, like the wig that I wore yesterday. Did anybody see that wig that I wore yesterday? Golly, that was hot. Anyway, so that's what we have with our rabbit. Rabbits have a puffy tail. Because of the view, though, we're not really going to be seeing a whole bunch of that rabbit. Now, what Dürer did is he did some engraving. And in order to achieve that look, we use these things that are called hatched lines. Just a second ago, Layla had said that she had 6 chicks, so 6 chicks that hatched. If you remember Layla's chicks, the eggs, you can remember the name of this particular line, hatched. And a hatch line is just a line that is just a thin line going back and forth like so. Now that hatched line will be the fur. And you can go back and forth, showing a series of lines. And eventually those lines will cover up those colored circles, colored ovals that we have. And it's okay if those hatch lines cross. If they cross, it will actually have a bit of, it'll be a little bit darker, and those lines are called cross-hatch lines. When you have a different angle of the line, and the lines that are closer together, those are called cross-hatched lines. Now, if you wanted to, if you took my class in first grade, we did little dots. that are called, this sort of style is stippling. We have dots that go really, really close together. I like the stippling aspect. Sometimes kids get a little bit frustrated because it takes a little bit longer. But for this particular activity, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a series of hatched lines. Kind of reminds me a little bit of my beard before I shaved it. Are you guys doing anything special for the weekend? You going to relax, catch up on some homework? My daughter, she's a senior this year. Today is her senior skip day, which involved her sleeping in. And then she virtually ordered a pizza. Well, she ordered a pizza, and everybody in her class got a pizza. So they're having a pizza lunch today. It was just ordered. Or it was just delivered, I should say. Oh. Now, I'm going to use some cross-hatching techniques up here, changing up the angles, because this is the legs. Cross-hatching is where you have some lines that go left to right, some kinds go right to left. We do that to show a little bit more shading. You can have some be longer and some be shorter. Now I'm doing mine in black, Albrecht Dürer's. You're going to make some more face masks? Okay. Maybe you can make some bunny ones. What do you say? So I have to say I was a little bit nervous earlier when I mentioned, for those people who are running a little bit late today, I was getting ready out here, and then my dog started going nuts, and there was a possum that was walking on the top of my fence, and I was very nervous that he'd plop down and then my dogs and the possum would get into a fight. So I took the hose to the possum. Just like any good homeowner would do. Dara, you tell Sam that I'm expecting to see his version of a bunny. I've seen your daughter's work, but Irma, I have not seen your work as well. Now, Layla, with this, if you wanted to do chicks, now chicks are another thing that are very symbolic. Bunnies and chicks and lambs are symbolic of Easter. You could do a chick. Now this is taking a little while, and a lot of times what happens, kids, like I said, get a little frustrated because it takes a little while. It's a little monotonous, kind of like sitting at home. Gets a little monotonous doing the same thing every single day. But you do it. Now here comes the cross-hatching part. So last night, my daughter, she made some pumpkin bread. It was delicious. Had pecans on it. That's what she does when she gets bored. She does a little bit of baking. My mom and my grandaunt and my grandma, they're big bakers. Has anybody made anything? Anybody doing any baking? Nam, are you doing any baking? You can see that the black lines are starting to cover up all those colors, those shapes that we did. I'm going to work on the head now. Pia made 2 cakes. What kind of cakes did you make, girl? So this one right here, I'm doing like a little bit of a beard around here. What kind of cakes? Chocolate and orange. Ooh. I used to have my mom used to get me a chocolate orange liqueur candy back when I was younger. I always thought it was fun to say that, liqueur, like a little bit of a jelly. So it's come to the point where I need to really get those lines close together. And I might even take there's some brown involved in my hair. When I say my hair, it's a fancy name for the word for rabbit. I was really trying to do this whole thing. Oh, excellent. I'm glad, Sandy. I was really trying to do this whole thing with the whiskers in my nose and then there you go. Oh, holy cow, that was hot. So, hatch lines. I'm coming over the head. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to just really kind of do a nice little eye. But I'm going to color that eye in, and then I'm going to come over here with this, and I'm going to do the nose, that capital letter Y. The other eye's over here. What did I do with my, oh, see, this is one of the reasons why I did not have that nose on it, because it keeps falling off. Gluten-free. There you go. Gluten is, it's amazing how much of that, my diet really is gluten since this pandemic thing. I've now changed to brown. Trying to get less gluten. But I'm just using lines. Good strokes. Oh. Gabriel, how are you doing, man? You doing okay? How is your bunny coming along? I know you're a cat man. I know you're a cat, but Today is about bunnies. This weekend's about bunnies. So, what do you think? What are you guys doing in your other classes? I saw some people that were doing some stuff. Logan in second grade, he showed me, his dad sent me a picture of him making some artwork using leaves. Beckett in kindergarten, she showed me some same thing, made like a bird or an insect using some leaves. That was kind of cool. I think we're going to do some stuff like that. Man, what are you doing? What are you laughing at, man? You're laughing at my bunny? Now I'm just kind of, there's a thing that's called scribble. It's a way of showing shading using scribbles. You're doing good, Gabriel. Excellent. Gabriel, I saw your faces I make pieces. I really liked them. And if those people that have not downloaded that app, Faces I Make, on their own personal iPad, I highly suggest it. It's very nice. Now I'm keeping going, and I'm just going line over line over line. I've done brown. I'll come back with some black. I just crashed it. There we go. I just had a plane come over, and it vibrated my table, and then my Facebook just kind of almost shut off. At least it did. So now I'm coming back with some blue. I'm putting blue lines on top of the brown and the black, giving a little bit more fluffiness. See, it's really starting to look a little bit, looking hairier. Did you get that? Did you get that dad joke? What do you think? It's starting to come along. How many of your parents actually are part of the broadcast? Do they sit there, or are they doing work, or what are they doing? Fixing lunch. Nam is laughing double time. He's laughing double time. Currently, right now, it looks like this hair, this rabbit needs the clippers, like my beard. So one of the crazy things about working with markers is I get it all over my hands. You can't, I don't know if you can see it, but I got purple on my hands. The next thing you know, I'm sweating, and I wipe it on my head. My wife will tell me, hey, you got a purple line. I look like I'm straight out of the movie Braveheart. You guys haven't seen that, but when you're old enough, you can. Guy paints his whole face blue. I don't know why blue, but or where they would get blue paint. Ever thought about that? Blueberries? I don't know. Blue is not really a natural color. I'm going to go back to my black. But this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to break out the birthday Sharpie. Birthday Sharpie is where you need to make sure that it's super thick. I'm just going, or what is it, around the perimeter, the outside of the bunny. I don't know where you guys live, but I live in the flight plane of San Antonio Airport. So sometimes I have planes that come by. There's that squeaking. I know you guys love that squeaking. So we have that nice little piece. And I would add more hatch lines and cross hatch lines and then go over maybe go over some spots that need it. Is anybody doing any plans for this weekend? Gosh, that sound. I know how you love that sound. Yeah. I was just gonna say, it's like this, oh, there's the squeaky noise. I know how you love that sound. But I have the birds in the background as well. And the hissing of the possums. Maybe we need to do some possum activities. I'm going to flip back to my thin Sharpie. Are you guys seeing your teachers? Are they doing videos? I went on a bike ride not too long ago. Trying to get some exercise. My Dora the Explorer moment of the day. Pia always loves that. Next year you can say that to me, Pia. Remember the Dora the Explorer moment of the day. Now, right now, I'm just doing some zigzag lines. I'm going to move my hand so you can kind of see a little bit better. I'm actually watching myself as I draw. I'm wondering how many people can do that. Not too many. So next week, what I was thinking is, frankly, how many of you are going a little crazy, a little stir crazy? Are you going a little stir crazy? Well, I was thinking about getting my projector, and then what we can do is I can broadcast different aquariums. Like the aquarium in Monterey, California, is just a fantastic aquarium. It's right on the water, just west of San Francisco, and they have a jellyfish setup. So I was thinking about doing that. Oh, hey, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm glad that you made it. You missed my Missed my note. Oh, here it is. I'll put that on there. I had this on earlier and then it popped off. It's a little hot here, a little humid, so the tape is not sticking. But I was thinking about going to the Monterey. See, if it pops off. The Monterey Aquarium, doing a virtual tour there. Maybe an art museum. We can do some virtual tours, and then I can explain some different artworks that you might not have seen before. So this bunny is just kind of kicking back over here, and what I'm going to do is just sort of use some horizontal lines to show the ground. I told you guys there's this form of shading called stippling. If you wanted to do stippling with lines real close to it, it's like pepper on the ground. You could do that as well. But for this one, I think I'm going to just do some lines. So I've got the basic form of my bunny. And today what we did is we just focused a little bit more on lines, hatched lines, and cross-hatched lines. Lines that are close together represent a darker, shadowy type look, whereas lines that are far away represent a lighter, something that would be in the sun in a bright spot. Here you go. Not too shabby. I'm liking how I'm not just looking at the screen here. And remember, these are hatch lines, and then we've got things that are called cross-hatch lines. Cross-hatch lines are lines that kind of almost like an X, flattened out, an extended pair of scissors, if you will. So just as a reminder, tomorrow there is no school tomorrow, so I will be off, enjoying my day off. And Saturday there's no school, so I will be off, not doing Mr. Parker art. And Sunday is Easter, so I'm going to just relax. What I think I'm going to do, so my daughter here, Abby, is here, and then my wife's son and daughter are here as well. So I think we're going to, I have this movie screen, and I think we're going to watch, we're going to blow it up. It's a 15-foot, it's a 15-foot movie screen, and I've got my projector. I think we're going to watch a movie. Have you guys seen any good movies recently? I know that they are releasing movies now, new movies, and you guys have got any suggestions? Have you seen any good movies recently? No, not at all. We might watch Trolls. Maybe not. We might watch a movie called The Gentleman. Mr. Rogers. Oh, that could be, that might be a good idea. Tom Hanks, Tom Hanks came down with a bit, he got sick, and I always liked Mr. Rogers when I was younger. You can really see the shading coming through here, right? I feel like this rabbit is almost on some hay. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighbor. Won't you be mine? Could you be mine? Mr. Rogers, he was a great guy. Now over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave a little bit of a white space. I'm not going to go all the way. That kind of gives a little bit of separation between the ground and the bunny. Kind of what it's just sort of an implied depth. Depth means there's some space where there's something that's going on back here behind the rabbit, behind the hare, behind the bunny, but we don't really know. We don't know what that is. Irma, would you have thought 20 years ago that you'd be sitting here spending your afternoon looking at me on your computer? Probably in a different light, probably. Oh, hey, thanks. Dee, what's up with you, lady? And look at I don't even have to look at what I'm doing. The whole left is right and right is left is kind of strange. I still do better when I'm looking at it, but see, I'm doing a horizontal line. It's kind of tough. I think this is one of my more successful pieces. And over here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some more hatch lines. These are cross hatch lines. And a little bit of a curve. Have a curve to it. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Pia. Pia, how are your masks coming along? I know that you were making some masks. How many have you done? How many masks have you made? I'd like a Pia mask. That's what I thought. I watched a video. You made one. All right. I watched a video on how to cut up a sock. You're making 2 or 3 today. How to cut up a sock, like you cut off both the toe part and then, but you cut off the toe and then you cut off the other edge where you put your foot in, the hole, and then split it down the middle, and then you make one more cut, but you don't cut all the way, and that fits around your ears. That was a terrible job of explaining that. Sorry, but who knew that you can make a mask out of a sock? I don't know where you get masks. Home Depot, Lowe's. Seems like there's a lot of masks that are going. Or people are trying to get masks. All right, I'm done with that brown or that black for a little bit. I'm gonna throw some. I'll throw some more blue on there. How's everybody doing? Dara, how's the Parker household over there? Good. Karen, are you guys working on your stuff? Yeah. Well, I don't have to worry about getting a mask because one of my students who's making chocolate and orange cakes, she's going to be making me a mask. Isn't that right, Pia? kid. I kid. Your mom works in the ER. She deserves. She needs masks more than I do. I'm going to go tomorrow. I think I'm going to go to Austin, and that's where my mom and my grandmother live. I'm going to drop off a Easter package for them. They don't tune in. I don't know why they don't tune in. Maybe they want to watch Judge Judy or something. Say yes to the dress. There you go. Thanks, Pia. But anyway, so I got them a little vino, and I got some bubble bath. Are you guys doing anything for your parents for Easter, kids? You do anything? Anything nice? Judge Judy. That's true. Like I may watch all sorts of strange shows. So there you go. What do you think? Probably didn't think it was going to look like this when we started with the ovals and the circles and the feathers, but I have to say I'm pretty pleased with how that turned out. I might even come back with some paint and paint this rabbit, and then go over it again once it dries, and then go over that. I was thinking it was maybe I'm keeping all this stuff. I hope you guys are keeping your art supplies because you have something to look at later on in life. If you have something framed to remember this point in time, or remember your time with me, it'd be good. So I would maybe I have some multicultural markers. Thank you, Pia, I appreciate it. Maybe throw some different browns on there, some raw sienna, some deep yellow, kind of give a little bit more of a, hold on. There you go. Not too far off, a little different. But you got to remember too, that I spent most of the time looking right at the camera as opposed to, we got two cardinals that are right over here, and then they're fighting. They're just arguing left and right, and they're just going at it. I don't know if you can hear them. That's pretty wild. Those cardinals, they are mean birds. So, on that note, you got to write your name on. I got to write. You know what? That's one thing I have not done, Pia. I have not written my name. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to sign my name. If you know cursive, you can sign it right in the bottom right here, and I'm putting DAT, like the apostrophe 20. That stands for 2020. And we can go from there. You know when you've done it. And if you wanted to, you can even write Elbrick Durer hair inspired here. I'm signing it, and then I'll put today's date. What is today's date? Today's date is April 8th, I think. 20. There you go. Perfect. So on that note, we're just about done with today. It is the end of the week as far as I'm concerned. And it's been a long one. Today's the 9th, is that right? Today's the 9th. Well, I'll go back and fix it. You make sure to do your stuff on the 9th. That just goes to show you how crazy Mr. Parker is. on that note, so here we go. I started the project off with my egg head. I have some bunny ears. I had those things right here. There's some fourth graders, Andres and Jenny Ombre, that they taught me this trick. They got these pipe cleaners and they put them in their nose. There you go. That looks terrible. But anyway, happy Easter, guys. Hope you guys have. Hope you get plenty of Easter baskets goodies, and hope the Easter bunny is good to you. Be good to your parents. Listen to your parents, and I'll see you on Monday. All right. Have a happy weekend. Bye bye.